story began in Manhattan, New York, where a glowing pop-up appeared in the sky. It announced the details of a demotion match, and the Earthlings below craned their necks to read it. The mission, it stated, would be a defense operation. Suddenly, a massive rift tore open the sky, revealing a colossal monster. The creature, identified as Behemoth of the Apocalypse, loomed ominously through the dimensional breach. The Earthlings watched in terror as Behemoth set its enormous paws on Earth with a ground-shaking thud, startling the hunters stationed nearby. One of the hunters, fear evident in his voice, muttered, "It's here," as he stared at the creature. The pop-up updated, stating their objective: eliminate Behemoth before it destroys the world. Behemoth let out a thunderous roar, sending a wave of dread through the hunters. But then, one among them cried out, rallying his comrades to stand their ground. He reminded them that failure to fight would mean the end of humanity. As Behemoth raised its massive paw to strike, the hunters, armed and resolved, charged toward the beast, weapons ready to thwart its attack. The scene shifted momentarily to another pop-up that provided context. It stated that BattleNet had been launched in 2010 as a global competition. However, by 2020, it had evolved into a desperate battle for survival among life forms across the universe. Humanity's repeated failures had reduced Earth to just 10 nations, leaving it teetering on the brink of extinction. The story returned to the battlefield, where Behemoth prepared to unleash a devastating energy blast at the hunters, many of whom scrambled to avoid the attack. Suddenly, a streak of light darted upward, revealing a lone figure leaping high above the monster. The man, the protagonist, glared down at Behemoth with unwavering determination and dashed toward it. In response, the monster fired its energy beam. The protagonist, his fist enveloped in a swirling purple aura, countered the attack, sacrificing his arm in the process. With a tremendous burst of energy, he struck Behemoth, sending the beast crashing into the ground. The impact created a shockwave so powerful that the other hunters shielded their eyes. One hunter, peeking through a squinted gaze, muttered in disbelief, wondering if the protagonist had defeated Behemoth alone. A final pop-up appeared, declaring Earth's USA mission successfully completed. The protagonist stood atop Behemoth's lifeless body, his dark aura spreading from his severed arm. Hunters scattered across the ground looked up at him, some whispering in awe. "Is that the power of the martial saint?" A man from the rooftop called down to him, commending his efforts. The window identified this man as Baron Williams, Guildmaster of America First and rank 1 in the Player World rankings. As Baron proudly declared America victorious, a girl from the group leapt down toward the protagonist, calling his name Seong Jihan. Another hunter warned her not to approach due to the lingering evil energy emanating from Behemoth's corpse, but Baron dismissed the warning, claiming she could handle herself. Staring down at Jihan, Baron remarked how extraordinary it was that the protagonist had survived so close to the creature, given its malevolent energy was still strong enough to make average players faint. The girl, identified by another pop-up as Sophia, rank 3 in the guild rankings, rushed to Jihan's side. She noticed his missing arm and, trembling, attempted to use regeneration magic. Jihan groaned in pain as Sophia explained that Behemoth's evil energy made the process more agonizing, but urged him to endure it. Meanwhile, a glowing chest materialized in front of them. On seeing this, Baron yelled for them to step back, claiming that only he could manage the boss reward. Baron and his subordinates descended, taking control of the chest. Many hunters who had witnessed the fight muttered in frustration, noting that Baron was acting as though he had defeated the monster himself. Baron then declared he would distribute the rewards among his selected guild members, choosing Sophia, number 4, and number 5. Shocked, Sophia protested, arguing that the reward rightfully belonged to Jihan, who had defeated Behemoth. Baron dismissed her claims, stating that Jihan, despite being naturalized, was not a true American, and was merely a useful tool. Jihan silenced Sophia, telling her it didn't matter and admitting that Baron was correct. He was just a refugee who had fled after losing his home.